UFC 281 also ended with a long-awaited collapse of Israel Adesanya. It is symbolic that his title reign was interrupted by his old nemesis, Alex Pereira, who caught Izzy in the very last round.
I'm grateful. What a life, what a moment. And crazy, isn't it? Like, similar to the last time, same story.
It took Pereira only 1 year to get to the belt, which is exactly how much time was prophesied by his trainer, ex-UFC light heavyweight champ Glover Teixeira. Less than 2 years ago, the Brazilian quit fighting in kickboxing, and now he is one of the strongest middleweights in MMA. Few people get to the championship that quickly in the UFC. Although in the case of Pereira, the champion himself shortened that waiting period, which is pretty unusual. But of the recent phenomena that quickly burst onto the UFC, Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gun are most remembered. The Predator spent 2 years and 6 fights on his way to the title, while the Frenchman spent the same amount before the fight for the interim heavyweight title. Yuri Prochazka spent 3 fights in order to become a champion, but 2 years passed between his debut and the title fight. Therefore, we are dealing with a pretty unique fighter whose phenomena has yet to reach its full potential. But the very fact that a successful kickboxer in the past so quickly rebuilt into an elite MMA fighter deserves a lot of respect. Although Pereira has many more hours to spend in Glover Teixeira's training camps, it is still phenomenal that he has been able to establish himself as the most dominant and dangerous fighter in the middleweight division.
Fights happen in kickboxing. The question was, can Pereira do what he did in kickboxing? And honestly, he did exactly what he did in kickboxing. I was talking like Izzy was done, and he wasn't.
The Brazilian is likely to have to defend his belt in a rematch with Adesanya. However, Alex has a couple of great ways in order to establish himself in the top, regardless of any weight category. The first is to take out Adesanya's friend, Kamaru Usman. If he doesn't get kicked from Leon Edwards, then what is the Nigerian Nightmare going to do with a 193-centimeter tall brute? The second option is to transition to light heavyweight and get revenge for Glover Teixeira. Now this will be relevant because Yuri Prochazka is the one that beat Teixeira in a rematch and sent him into retirement. So this alignment is very real, and Pereira is actually too big for the average weight. Moreover, there are also shots where Alex is standing with Glover, and there Pereira surpasses his coach in size. Therefore, the battle of the titans, Prochazka versus Pereira, will definitely cause a stir, and Alex will have the stand-up advantage. But in this case, Magomed Ankalaev will have to wait. Moreover, he does not have the most powerful media coverage and promotion, but Pereira has no problem with that. So if Alex beats Usman and takes out Prochazka, then Makhachev is unlikely to get the first in line for the pound-for-pound rating, and the current leader, Volkanovski, will be completely forgot about. But in this case, it will not be enough for Islam to become a champion in just 2 weight divisions. He will probably still have to fight Khamzat Chimaev in order to prove those claims. But in the meantime, it does remain to be seen what awaits us this next year. Will Pereira beat Adesanya in a rematch? Or will he defend the belt against Robert Whittaker? Or could it be against Kamaru Usman? Or will the Brazilian move up to light heavyweight to fight Prochazka to avenge his mentor Teixeira?
Now, what do we do? I think, and Dana even said as well, an instant rematch for Izzy is on the table because he deserves it. And yes, that's 3 wins down, but only 1 in MMA, 2 in kickboxing. I think Izzy deserves it. 20% of the title fights that have happened since Izzy won the belt, Izzy's been a part of. That's an incredibly emotional toll, a physical toll, a mental toll. Very, very tiring. For Izzy, I think he should get the next fight, and I think he should fight Alex Pereira without taking a warm-up or a tune-up fight or whatever. Because if he takes a little time off, which he does deserve, but then Pereira fights, let's say, a Robert Whittaker. Whittaker beats Pereira, and then Izzy fights Whittaker again and beats him. People are always going to say that he was dodging Pereira. So he needs to fight, and he needs to beat Pereira. But he needs some time off. I think he should say, yeah, all right, we'll do an instant rematch, but I want 6 months off. I want to take a month. He has no children. I don't believe, I might be wrong there, but go on vacation. Go and reap the rewards of the fruits of your labor. He's a multi-millionaire. He's got a great life. Go and take some downtime. Forget about fighting for at least a month. And then come back hungry, itching to go, and well rested. That should be the next fight. Alex Pereira, once again, up against Israel Adesanya. He defended the belt 7 times. He'd won 12 middleweight title fights in a row. 1 more he would have tied with Anderson Silva, so that is bittersweet for Israel Adesanya. But the man deserves another shot. He's been a workhorse, he's been entertaining, he's been a great champion, he's defended the belt 6 or 7 times. So that is my next move. Pereira versus Izzy in 6 months. 6 months sounds a long way away. It's not. That's like April or May. It's round the corner in terms of fight sports.
There are just so many more questions than there are answers, but we have front row seats to see how it all plays out.